It's 5 o'clock and it is a hot start to the last week of the Indiana State Fair, but that is not keeping our team of Felicia and Dustin from finding all the fun at the fairgrounds. They're going to be joining us live all hour long. But first, we're going to get you caught up on the impact that scattered showers and thunderstorms are having across the viewing area tonight. We've got Angela tracking the weather for us at this hour. Angela, it kind of depends where you are, doesn't it?
It does, and we talked about this yesterday. I think we ended up with a couple of storms popping up yesterday. We expected more, and that has been the case so far today. Some strong to potentially severe storms rolling through parts of central Indiana around lunchtime through the early afternoon hours. Did get reports of some wind damage around Morgan County. Let's go south of Indianapolis and east. Strongest cell between Columbus and Greensburg, moving ever so slowly off to the northeast with very heavy rain and lots of lightning. These are flood warnings that you see over Lake Monroe and just to the east of Greenwood. We've had several inches of rain in a short amount of time. A stronger cell coming out of Winchester that continues to push into portions of western Ohio. There are additional storms developing out to our west. If you are headed out to the game tonight, it's Wings and Fever at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. You may see a storm or two. It's going to be warm. It's going to be muggy. Temperatures will stay in the 80s. And of course, the fair continues tomorrow as well. We will keep an eye on those storms developing in Illinois, potentially how they hold together and bring us some additional storms later this evening. But so far, so good out at the fair. They had, I think, a little bit of rain earlier today, but they've been sweating it out.
Yes, they have. And the cloud cover kind of helped get the temperatures down a little bit. We're trying to be positive, Dustin and Felicia, as we sit here in the air conditioning, and you've been running around the fairgrounds all day today. We know it's been a hot one. Hope you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we're trying to stay positive too.
Well, there are air-conditioned buildings.
That's true, and
we can take a break in.
There's a lot to do inside of those air-conditioned buildings. So Ann had it right. There was some cloud coverage. When the clouds are here, it is much more comfortable. But right now,
not so much with the sun out right now.
The sun is beaming, and we completely feel it. But that does not take away from everything that's happening today. And as you can see, thousands of people still had the same idea that we had to come on out and enjoy $2 Tuesday anyway.
That's right. So let's hit some of the highlights happening tonight. As we mentioned, it is $2 Tuesday, a great deal to take advantage of. $2 admission, you got $2 rides, $2 food options, and Latino night is also starting at 7:30.
Yes, it's Latino Day here at the fair. You know, they try to celebrate different cultures and heritage in parts of Indiana, and they have Con Banda Troyana. It's today. They are going to be performing at the Hoosier Lottery Free Stage, and also the circus is going to be happening tonight.
That's right. They do a number of shows throughout the day. Their next show is coming up at 7 o'clock tonight. They've also got country music dancing for all. For all.
Everyone.
Going
Even
on.
the people that don't dance country music or don't like it, you can come out there.
It's very inclusive. Until 7 o'clock at Pioneer Village.
Yeah,
right,
and
so
a couple things for kids too. So fishing for kids age 5 to 17, I saw that too. So lots to do for the entire family.
And so many people are out here taking advantage of this $2 Tuesday. We know this is a really hot spot for kids. They want to have fun. Organizers also want to keep them out of trouble, and they're always assessing the curfew policy, the minor policy here at the State Fair.
Yeah, so they changed it up a little bit. If you are a teenager after a certain time, you need to come with someone who's at least 25 years of age or older. And so we actually touched back in with them because they changed it in the middle of the State Fair. We touched back in with the organizers to see how's that going. Here's what they had to say.
Well, it's too early to give any numbers, but we have not had any other incidents over the fair, so we're really positive, and all the encouragement we've gotten from those that have come to the fair and fairgoers alike, we're in a positive situation.
And then he also shared that after the fair, they come together, of course, all the, departments, if you will, they meet together to discuss how things went and if any amendments need to be made. So, of course, they're going to make changes based off of the needs of this event. But he said no major incidents have happened, and it has just been an amazing, week and a half of family fun. It's going to continue on.
Got about a week left. We're going to be back with you coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to hit the midway. We're going to hit the food. all coming up. But for now, let's send it back inside to you, Ann.
Okay, real quickly, I have a question. How would you describe the crowds? Because school's out now. It is the $2 Tuesday, the last one's for the State Fair. If people are coming out, are they going to be in line for these rides and for this food or not? Have you seen that fluctuate throughout the day?
I've seen it fluctuate throughout the day. So sometimes there have been lines, sometimes not so much. So right now we're at the Center Sky Ride, you know, that monorail that kind of rides like a ski lift.
A great view of the whole place.
And it might be 4 people trying to get a ticket for that right now. So not really a line at all. So I would say it just depends.
Yeah, the lines have not been bad at all. But now that it is 5 o'clock, in the last really 30 minutes or so, we've seen it pick back up. So we'll probably see some lines this evening. It's hot, but it's not raining. So that's going to bring a lot of people out here.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much. And of course, if you can't go tonight, there's still time because the State Fair runs through this Sunday. And we have the schedule of all the events for the last days of the fair online for you right now. If you want to get there really quickly, all you have to do is scan this QR code, and that will take you right to this story about the fair schedule at WTHR.com/SeenOn13. Now to other news tonight. Indiana students have now a dedicated person working to keep them safe at school. This, as the state of Indiana officially opened the Office of School Safety. And today we met the woman who now is in charge. Samantha Johnson was there.
Governor Mike Braun inside Beech Grove schools, welcoming Julie Smith as the first director of one of the state's newest offices.
Indiana's Office of School Safety will be proactive, collaborative, and relentlessly focused on the well-being of every student. School safety isn't just a career for me. It's a passion, and it's something that I hold dear to my heart.
Smith is a sergeant with the Columbus Police Department. She's worked the past 11 years as a school resource officer and a national instructor for other SROs.
We will spend some face time. We are going to build trust and put out best practice recommendations on a regular basis to make sure we're doing it right when it comes to school safety in Indiana.
Governor Braun announced his hopes to open this office during his campaign. So some of the duties that used to fall under the Department of Education are now in this new office under the Department of Homeland Security. And Governor Braun says this move will put all of the school safety efforts onto one team.
In my State of the State address, I said there's nothing more important than Hoosier safety. It's especially true when it comes to students.
This new office will head up safety training, maintain standards, and formulate emergency response for schools. It'll also make sure they are as secure as possible and help schools get the tools to do so.
And I think if we ever get to a point where we say we know it all and we've done it all right, that's a real dangerous thing.
In Beech Grove, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
This new office also will coordinate response efforts if there's a natural disaster at school and help schools get more money to improve security technology and train their school resource officers. A former Greenwood Middle School teacher will now spend 20 years in prison for crimes against children. A Johnson County judge sentenced Shane Williams to 2 decades behind bars for child molestation, child solicitation, and dissemination of matter harmful to minors. The prosecutor says that 2 children came forward and accused him of abuse. The prosecutor issued a statement after the sentencing saying, quote, "How despicable that this child molester had been a teacher, someone who was once entrusted to protect and guide young people." Developing tonight, the city of Indianapolis will not be forcing those who are living at the Fountain Square homeless encampment to leave, but nobody new can now move in there. This is a change of the city's plan, and it comes a day after the encampment was expected to close. We went by there today and found tents and people still living there. Some left their belongings behind when they left. Those still there say they plan to move to new housing soon. The Office of Public Health and Safety is working with local services to find suitable housing for them. Tonight, the Indianapolis Metro Police Chief says investment in technologies and reducing crime across Indy are key to the new budget that the mayor is proposing. Ashton Hackman breaks it down.
Metro Police is set to get a major chunk of that $1.7 billion, over $350 million to be exact. IMPD Chief Chris Bailey said it's a major investment in public safety and one that will help reduce crime. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett stood in front of the City County Council Monday, putting forward his 2026 budget. In it, a $20 million boost for IMPD, allocating $358 million to the department.
The 2026 budget helps us build on the collective momentum and progress that we see, and together we can continue to build and make Indianapolis safer and stronger for every person and every neighborhood in our city.
Most of the money, roughly $290 million, will help cover the salaries for officers and support staff. It also helps cover a 13% increase in pensions. The rest will go towards renewing and maintaining the department's fleet of vehicles and further investments in technology like license plate readers and blink cameras, tools that Chief Bailey says are reducing crime.
Every single day we're seeing examples of how that technology helps us solve crime and stop further crime. That technology is leading us in the right direction to help give our detectives a leg up when we start those investigations.
And Bailey gave the numbers to back it up. He pointed to a 24% drop in criminal homicides and a 17% drop in non-fatal shootings from this time last year. A police chief who is still 300 officers short of a full force, now hoping investments in officer pay attract new candidates.
Hopefully people see the mayor's commitment to honoring the labor agreements sends a message that public safety is still a priority in our city, and this is a place where you want to come work.
Public safety, not only a policy priority, but a budget one for city leaders. Reporting in Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
So this is the proposal. The vote on the final budget is expected in October, and that will come after a series of committee review.